What's up? Welcome back. Got a new video and a new topic. I'm going to talk about repressed emotions. Not being honest with yourself and not being assertive enough, not being holding things in can hurt you. Holding your emotions in, not expressing yourself, and not going after what you want and what you need. Not being assertive enough, not being trying to hide, trying to bottle up your emotions, can be unhealthy. You can explode and cause problems. You can live with a lot of regret and then become angry because of it. And I've been in this place a lot, just struggling, trying to hide my feelings, trying to bottle them up, trying to not express my anger, and then it comes out in other ways. It can come out in your behavior, like escapism. You can get anxiety because of it, and I think you want to use escapism or drugs to try to escape these emotions, but they don't go anywhere. They just become more intense. As the time goes by, you can try to push them down. You can try to numb them away, and it's like putting a band-aid on it, and it just keeps pushing until it explodes, or you explode and end up doing something stupid because of anger or frustration. And then learning to channel your emotions is a big one. Being emotionally intelligent and understanding how your emotions work, and accepting your emotions and using them, channeling your anger and your frustration in a good way, which is it's a funny concept for me to conceive, because it's not natural for me to use my emotions or to understand my emotional side, because I'm not naturally gifted in that area. I don't understand psychology that good. I'm not in touch with my feelings that much. Might come off like a robot sometimes because I don't express myself enough. I'm just logically working things out. I'm kind of like the character Data in Star Trek. I think that's where they got that character too, from people like me that don't have a lot of emotions, and we don't yell, and we're not as expressive. But I do have times where I get angry and I blow up about things. I may come off kind of rude, kind of blunt. It's caused a lot of problems, but not me. By me not being able to be in touch with my emotions and my feelings and be able to express myself in a good way, trying to hide my feelings, trying to bottle them up, trying to push them down. Not being honest about what I want and what I need, and trying to, hide in life, period. Trying to hide away from everything, trying to be numb to everything, not being honest and not trying to approach life in a positive way. Be more assertive in a way. That's where they say a lot of people go to, why a lot of people go to use drugs, because they want to escape this. They want to escape this these bad feelings they're experiencing, and they don't know how to process them, and they're going through a hard time, or they lost somebody, they're grieving, and it's all emotions, and it's so hard to understand because you can't really understand them. There's just a bunch of feelings. It gets complicated if you think about it. Emotional emotional damage. People are suffering from emotional damage, but how do you describe that? It's such a crazy concept. It's like, how do you stop thinking, or how do you understand, your feelings better? How do you try to understand other people's feelings and relate? That's another big one. You have to do that too to navigate through the world. People are going through things. They're going to have feelings and emotions, and to be able to relate and try to help them do it, or help them figure out, or try to get them to let them know you understand and that you want to help them, or what to do at that point in time, is another big thing. You have to navigate the social hierarchy, and you have people with feelings and emotions in those social hierarchies. So you got to navigate that too. You got to be relatable, and you got to express yourself with them. And but you can try to hide your feelings and emotions. You can try to put on a facade of being the nice person all the time, but it's not realistic. You can't always be like that, because you have to be. You're gonna have bad days, and you're gonna feel bad, and you're gonna get mad, and you're gonna be mean, and you're gonna have to channel it too. You have to learn how to channel that and work through it and lean into it and work with people. And no matter what, you're going to be around people a lot. And that's a big thing, having to deal with a lot of people all the time. And so I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about how I've always struggled with that. I've always struggled with hiding the dark parts of me, and trying to bottle it down, and maybe becoming angry and frustrated about it, and also frustrated about my situations and letting it get to me and trying to crash out because of it, which comes into play with your attitude too. Your attitude is like your feelings, your beliefs. It's a part of psychology too. So it's a complicated thing to understand. It's not naturally my wheelhouse. I don't like to go there, but you have to go there. It all comes back to psychology, and then it all goes back to what? Philosophy. They say if you look up something on Wikipedia, you dig deep enough, it all goes back to philosophy. And I love philosophy. I've studied a lot of philosophers, a lot of people like Nietzsche and Socrates and Plato, and who else? Kant and Schopenhauer, because they make you think. It's something that makes you understand life better and be able to function better and perform better, and it makes you feel more humble, in my opinion, to understand how to cope by asking important questions. But it's not my natural ability to learn psychology. I'm more of a logician. I'm just logically trying to work everything out. I don't know how to feel my way out or express my way. I'm trying to learn that more, how to use my emotions to drive me to do better things, and to try to watch my emotions too, because they can cause you to do bad things, crazy things. So you see it every day. People crashing out and going to jail over something stupid, like the dumbest things you could ever imagine. People are out here going to jail for it. Even me, I was that one of them people at one time, but I had to question my behavior. And so you can also hide from life, you can also try to want to escape and not try to be honest with yourself about what you really want. And to become fearful about getting it, become afraid to face reality, afraid to go after your dreams and goals because it seems kind of intimidating. You become fearful, and then you become negative about it, in a way. You become depressed. You can become all that, and then get down about it, and then get angry about it. So to gauge that and to look at that, to realize that you're going to go through a lot of emotions along the way. You're going to go through these waves, but you have to look at it for what it is, and you try to use it, try to look at it as like it can be good. It can give you strength in a way. To look at it like it's building me, it's making me stronger over time. So, but to not be fearful about going after what you really want, to be honest with yourself about what you really want, to understand what it is you really want, and to go after that. I think that's where your happiness really lies, to go after something that you really want, and something that really might make you happy or happier. I don't know if you can always be happy, but you can be more fulfilled. You can have more satisfaction in life by chasing after real positive things with your life. Not the frivolous, small, petty stuff, but the big goals, the ones that are life-changing. And to be honest with yourself about the approach to get it. To realize what you got to do to get it. It might take years, it might take a long time, but it's kind of worth it. To be honest with yourself, it's kind of worth it. What are you willing to do? Would you give your whole life to get it? And even if you didn't get it, you still feel that gratification because you were living honestly towards a purpose, towards a goal. And it became like a passion. Be passionately going after something is fulfilling in a way too. Passionately, you're using emotions. You feel it deep inside because it's emotion. It brings up these emotions. Like you've been through so much pain, frustration trying to get it. You've been struggling through so many ups and downs trying to get it. So it can become a driving force. All that pain can cause setback and cause you to be down and out. But it can also be used to become passionate about going after something or fighting for something and pushing against the resistance, the things that are holding you back. So don't hide from your goals. I would say it's better to go out and try and lose than, becoming fearful and giving up. I've been trying to go after some goals lately, and I've been running into a lot of walls, and I've been getting a lot of rejection, a lot of failure. But I got some big wins too to keep me confident, build my self-esteem. A lot of failure. You're gonna have a lot of failure. A lot of things are gonna go your way. So I try to keep it in perspective too now. I'm trying to gauge my emotions, and I became a little more emotionally intelligent, but it still gets the best of me sometimes. Like getting in arguments with people about dumb stuff, and risking my life with people that don't care about me, that are kind of bad people for me. But you gotta gauge that too. Are these people gaslighting you and causing you emotional pain, and suffering is a big thing. So that's a big thing. Questioning people's character and what they they're really up to. So when I get running into people out here, it seems like I always think they have an ulterior motive, bro. And a lot of people do. So you need to be careful about how you move. They have emotions. They have emotions and they have feelings, and they also have motives. So, but being emotionally intelligent, I wasn't emotionally intelligent for a long time, but I read the book Emotional Intelligence. Who was it by? I don't remember, but there's a good book called Emotional Intelligence. I read it and listened to the audiobook because it was recommended, and it did help me a lot. Psycho-Cybernetics helped a lot. It's another one about mental psychology, how it affects you, your image of yourself, and your perspective on life too. So it's another big thing. If you haven't read those two books, read those two books, because those are big ones to help you with this kind of topic, the psychology, and not repressing your emotions, but working through them and trying to figure it out. And it's such a complicated topic because it's been years since I've read those books and listened to the audiobooks, but it's still, I always come back to it. No matter what, bro, it's like one of the most important things in life. Dealing with emotions and your feelings. And then I learned about that. I first started learning about that in rehab. They talk about it, like your emotions and your feelings are tied together. And it's tied in with your beliefs, I think, and your thoughts, your actions. So there's like 5 different things tied in together. Oh, your words, maybe 6 things. Your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, and your words. Make sure you gauge all of them, and things might be better. So, all right, I'm going off on a big tangent on this one, but I had to talk about a few different things when it comes to that. When it comes to repressing my emotions and trying to hide my feelings, and not being honest about my wants, and being fearful about facing and going after things in life. But that's going to be it for this video. I will see you in the next one.